So first part, so you just have to put BC over AC. So we're just going to put what BC is. So it says BC is 24 and it says that AC is 135. So we're just going to put one over the other like that, and then because they want the answer written as a percentage, you have to multiply by 100. So that's going to give you your answer. And it's 18%. That's the part. So find AC when BC is 16 and the gradient of the road is 12%. So BC goes over AC, so 16 over, now we have to find out what AC is, I'll just call that X. So whatever that is, it has to be equal to 12. It's 12%. So we have to move things across the equal sign here, so because the 100 is being multiplied, I'm going to divide it, so we're going to get 12 over 100 over here. So that's equal to 16 over X. And then you can cross multiply here, or you could move the X over to the other side and then move everything else back over to the left hand side. So the easiest thing is probably to cross multiply. So 12x is going to be equal to 16 times 100, so 1600. And then, so you're doing that multiplied by that, and you're doing that multiplied by that. So you're allowed to do that when you've got two fractions equal to each other. That's cross multiplication. So x is equal to 1600 over 12. And that's going to be 133 meters when it's rounded off. So next one, so the theorem of Pythagoras, so you use it to find AC when BC is 27 and AB is 105. So that's 27 and AB is 105. So you're looking for one of the short sides on it here. So we'll just call that y there. So you're going to do 105 squared and 27 squared, and you're going to subtract them, and then whatever you get, you're going to get the square root. So 105 squared minus 27 squared, and then do square root of that, and you should get 101 meters again. So find the size of the angle BAC when the gradient of the road is 9%. So BAC was this angle down here. So we have to find that angle. So if I'm to draw a little diagram down here, so we're working out this angle now. It says that the gradient is 9%. So that would mean that, well, 9% as a fraction is 9 over 100. So therefore we could say that this is 9 and then this is 100, because it's the rise over the run, or it's the gradient like we've been doing so far. So therefore that means, and if you're to apply trigonometry then, so that's the opposite, that's the adjacent. So therefore tan, because it's opposite and adjacent, we're going to use tan. So tan of the angle x, or you could use any variable there, is equal to 9 over 100. So then x is equal to tan inverse of 9 over 100. And you can use calculator for that. And when you round it off, then you should get 5 degrees. So a small angle. Right. Right, so part B then, so we just have to work out the distance OR. So OR is here, so I can put an X there. So you should hopefully be able to see that you have to use sine rule here. So you've got two angles and then you've got two sides kind of, well, you're given one side and you're asked to work out another side. So it's clearly just sine rule. So we're going to use sine rule, we're going to take any side in it, so either the 20 or the x first. So we'll just take the x and you're going to put it over sine of the angle opposite. So the angle opposite x there is 87. And then the sine rule says that that has to be equal to any other side. So I'm going to take 20 and over sine of the angle opposite that, which is 20. Sorry. Oh yeah, so it's going to be this angle up here, isn't it? So you'll actually have to work that out. So we'll have to do 180 take away 88 take away 87. So that's just going to be 5 there. So sine of the angle 5. And then, so x then is going to be equal to 20 over sine 5, and you're just going to move the sine 87 all across. So multiplied by sine 87. And we're going to get 229 meters there. And so part C then, so it's quite clearly going to be cosine rule. So you've got three sides and you're looking for an angle, and we don't have anything else. So so this is the cosine rule. So a squared equals b squared plus c squared, and it's in the log tables, minus 2bc cos a. So just remember that most important thing is that this a here and this big A here, so that this A is the angle, and then this A is the side, is any side, but then this angle has to be the angle across from it or directly opposite it. So that's what you have to remember when you're filling them in. So we're looking for the angle XYZ here. So XYZ, it goes from X to Y to Z. So X to Y to Z gives you this angle here. So this is what we're looking for. So we'll just call that maybe, just call that, call it X, just call it Y maybe. So therefore, Y has to be this here, this angle. So therefore my side A has to be the 700. And then, so it's 700 squared equals, and then the B and the C, they're the ones that are beside the angle. So this one and this one here, so the 550 and the 800. And then we're just going to try solve for y, so you're just going to move everything across then to the other side. Well, we can square them out first, so we have to do 700 squared, we have to do 550 squared, we have to do 800 squared. Now I've just realised that it's not actually the angle XYZ, I just misread the question there. So just get rid of that for a second. Yeah, it's the angle X, so I just misread it there. So it's this angle here. So we'll just recalculate. So so this and this have to be across from each other, so that's going to be, we'll just cut out the angle X there. So it's the other angle we're looking for, the angle X. So and then the 550 has to be the A, so 550 squared has to be equal to, and then 700 will be, and 800 will be B and C, so 700 squared plus 800 squared minus 2 times 700 times 800. And then we can start squaring them out, so it's just changing around slightly. So that's what I had done when I worked it out earlier, but I just misread the question here then. So 302,500 is equal to so you're dealing with big numbers here, but don't worry, you're just gonna treat them the same as normal. So I'm going to take this 49,000 and this 640,000 and move them across the equal sign. So when they go across to the left hand side, they become minus. So we're just going to take them away from 302,500. So that's going to leave us with 1120 cos x on the right hand side. So then so now you're going to have to move across this because this is being multiplied by the cos x. So therefore you're going to move the 1120,000 across and divide it. So when you do that, you should get 331 over 488 because you're dividing a minus by a minus. So cos x is equal to that. So then to get x by itself, we're going to move over the cos, but it becomes a cos inverse when it goes across, and that's the final thing we have to do. Then you can use calculator for that. So cos inverse of 331 over 488, and you should get 42.4%. Sorry, not percent, degrees, because you worked out the angle the angle x. So that's it. That's all for that question.